let's get into a little NFL here before we get to our guy, Jake Hassan. Yesterday, we talked about my 5 favorite week 1 spreads that I like for the upcoming season. Today, we'll talk about the 5 win totals that I like the best. And we will start with my favorite one, and that's the New England Patriots under 8.5 wins at minus 140. Great stat that I saw was the Patriots were favored in 0 games last year. And with their schedule release this season, they are favored now in 11 games. I think I've ever seen that. A team go from being favored in 0 games to being favored in 11 games. So because they're favored in all those games, that's why the win total jumps up to 8.5. I'm a big Mike Vrabel guy. I think he's an awesome coach. I'm not sold, though, on Drake May. And I think a lot of people are right now, and that's why they're favored in all these games, and that's why the win total is at 8.5. I think there's great value on the under for the Patriots, so I'll take under 8.5 wins. Number 2, I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders over 6.5 wins at minus 150. For the first time in a long time, the Raiders actually have an adult coaching their football team. They actually have a guy who's had experience and who is experienced winning in the NFL with Pete Carroll. They bring over Geno Smith to be their head coach, and Geno throughout his career, even when he was with the Jets and certainly when he was with Seattle, has always been an incredible dome quarterback. So now you get Geno playing half of his games in Vegas in a dome every year. You got Genti now to go along with Bowers. I think the Raiders are going to be like an 8-win football team this year, so I like over 6.5 wins for them. Give me the Jacksonville Jags under 7.5 wins at even money plus 100. I'm not buying into all this hype that everybody loves Jacksonville now because they traded up for Travis Hunter. They got Liam Cohn in the offseason. I think their offense is going to be fun to watch. No question. Brian Thomas is awesome. Travis Hunter is a once-in-a-generation type prospect. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to Trevor Lawrence. And do we really think Trevor Lawrence is good? He's mediocre at best. He's like the 15th, 17th best quarterback in the NFL. I'm not sold on Trevor, and because of that, I'm going under 7.5 wins for the Jags. Also, their schedule, ton of travel. They have the international game in London against the Rams, and then 4 games in the Western time zone. So it's going to be a lot of mileage that the Jags have to deal with throughout the year. I'll go under on them. Also, give me under 9.5 wins on the Commanders at even money, plus 100. Love Jaden Daniels, superstar in the NFL. But Washington as an organization now has to go from the team that was sneaking up on everybody to the team that now everybody expects to be good. They have 6 primetime games this season. I'm just not trusting Washington to win double-digit games with all these expectations. And then finally, give me the Dolphins under 8.5 wins as well. I think Miami has a chance to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. I really do. Even though their schedule turns out to be pretty favorable this year, I think Mike McDaniel's one of the biggest frauds in the NFL. Guy can't beat a good team for the last couple of years. And I'm just not a believer in Miami. So I'll go under 8.5 wins for the Dolphins.